Hey guys, how's it going? I'm DudeNotSoHD, and in this video we're going to talk about the crafting system introduced in Season 6, how to craft, how it works, and what materials you'll need. But before that, if you did end up enjoying the video or found it helpful, please drop it a like, and if you feel so inclined, please subscribe. So let's start off with the upgrade materials you'll need. There are only two, and that is animal bones as well as mechanical parts. Animal bones, as it says, you can get them from the animals around. You can get them from chickens, boar, and wolves. You can't get them from frogs. Frogs drop stink sacks, which you can use, but I'll talk about those materials a little bit later on. First, let's just focus on the main two. So as I said, you can collect the bones from animals that you've killed, as well as you can buy them off quite a few NPCs. The mechanical parts, however, I haven't seen an NPC you can buy them off just yet, although I would say there probably is one, but they mainly come from broken down vehicles, trucks, caravans, those type of things. And they actually seem quite rare in terms of there's not many of those type of farming materials around. It's not just any metal you'll get it off. So with these materials, you can then upgrade makeshift weapons. It can only be makeshift weapons, and it's interesting to see how this works because you can't just upgrade any weapon. If a weapon is already primal or already mechanical, you can no longer upgrade it. So I'll show you how this works. So once you have a makeshift weapon, you have two paths to choose from. You can either use bones to upgrade it on its primal route, or you can use mechanical parts to upgrade it in its mechanical route. But once you upgrade that weapon either which way, you can no longer upgrade it from there. The only way to upgrade it from there is to actually find an NPC that will allow you to upgrade, which I'm happy to say that is still a thing. Now, one thing you'll notice when upgrading these makeshift weapons is the mechanical side of things are weapons we're already used to. The makeshift rifle turns into the normal assault rifle we're used to, and it will always go one rarity up. So if you've got a green makeshift, it will turn into a blue, either primal or mechanical. The makeshift shotgun with mechanical parts will then turn into the pump shotgun that we're all used to. But if you go primal, it'll obviously be the primal rifle or the primal shotgun. The primal shotgun actually seems decent, but you have to be right on top of someone. However, all primal weapons do not have any first shot accuracy, so remember that. Now these are the normal makeshift weapons. There aren't any other makeshift weapons except for the bow. So I have not seen a makeshift SMG or a makeshift pistol. I could be wrong, but I've not seen them yet. Now let's move on to the makeshift bow. Now the makeshift bow is quite interesting because you can then upgrade the makeshift bow, and I've only seen it in the green variant. You can upgrade it to a mechanical bow or a primal bow. But then you can upgrade either the primal variant or the mechanical variant. So you'll have to find extra materials for it, but it isn't normal materials. The only normal sort of material is the ink sac you get or the stink sac you get from the frog. So if you choose the primal route with the bow, you then have two options to go through from there. You can then turn it into the primal flame bow or the primal stink bow. But you also once again can choose from two materials. With the primal flame bow, it is a firefly jar or a gas can. With the stink bow, it is either a stink fish or one of those stink sacks from the frogs. So once you have one of these four things in your inventory, you can craft the primal bow into one of those two variants. Now the mechanical bow works exactly the same. It also has two variants from there, and those variants are the mechanical explosive bow or the mechanical shockwave bow. Now these don't have two different materials for each variant, it's only one material. So for the mechanical explosive bow, you need 6 grenades in your inventory. And for the shockwave bow, you're going to need 2 shockwave grenades in your inventory to craft that one. So I'll show you how these bows interact. With the stink bow, it's pretty much just like the stink grenade. Once you've shot the arrow, it'll emit a gas that does 5 health damage per tick. One thing to note with these bows though, you have to fully draw them for them to use their like little extra ability. With the primal flame bow, it's very much like all fire weapons. It'll do fire damage, so if you hit someone, they'll burn for a while, and if you hit any wooden builds, they will catch on fire. With the shockwave bow, it'll act just like shockwaves. Wherever you hit, it will do the little shockwave pulse, and you can either shockwave enemies away or shockwave yourself towards enemies or out of the storm or whatever. And then finally, the mechanical explosive bow. I originally thought it was just going to be the normal boom bow, but it isn't actually. It's more like a Marty-Dom from Call of Duty. When you shoot the arrow and it hits the target or the ground, it'll actually shoot 3 or 4 little grenades out and explode, which I like because I feel like the boom bow would have felt a little bit lackluster. So yeah, those are all the bows, and that is how crafting works now in Season 6. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure there aren't any makeshift pistols or SMGs, but I could be wrong, and if there are, I would imagine they work exactly the same as the makeshift rifle and the makeshift shotgun. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a good one.